Good morning, YouTube. What's going on? What's going on? So, you know how we do it. NBA Game 2 Losers Edition. And Timberwolves, Grizzlies, Bucks. Timberwolves, they played like they were in awe of Luka last night. He had them on skates. The ball movement was better for the Lakers. They played with a little bit more intensity, and those shots weren't dropping. And they got all excited about and hitting some dunks and some moves, but they didn't come to win the game. So they fell into victimism, and they end up the Lakers' defense got them bodied up. Now they actually shot 5 more free throws than the Lakers. The Lakers didn't miss any free throws, so that played a part. But it was just that the Lakers brought a little bit more intensity, played a better game, and Luka hit some incredible shots. It was more about Luka than anything. Reeves played all right, and they got something out of Rui. That was the difference, really. They got another guy, gave Vincent a couple shots. That's really was the difference. LeBron is just kind of like pedestrian at this point. Austin Reeves had a couple of moves, but the thing is this: is if Gobert and them, if they're not dominant and they're not doing what they're doing, they kind of like playing in a role. Michael Conley wasn't as effective, and Reed wasn't as effective. So that pretty much what was the difference. So the Lakers won that thing. The Timberwolves got to go home and play with intensity, play off of it. So everybody was like, "Oh, word." Well, the Lakers had to win that game because they lose that game last night. That pretty much would be the series. So they evened it up, held them under 100, and played a physical game. That's what they had to do. Now we get into the Grizzlies. Well, this mess is embarrassing. John Morant, they're just going through the motions. They have no answers for Shea and OKC. OKC is too much for them. It really is like watching a pro against an amateur. Another blowout, kept them under 100 points again, and they're just a better team. And it's really just the fact that even with the change of coach, the culture in Memphis hasn't changed. They look defeated before they start. And there's the body language is just saying that, hey, we're just kind of like going through the motions. Everybody's auditioning for it to go somewhere else because John Morant is going to be the main one that goes somewhere else. There is no sense of urgency. There's no sense of, hey, maybe we're going to get this or what have you. So this is kind of what you're looking at, It's a shame, too, because like I said before, Memphis pretty much peaked in 2022. And that was the last time they looked like a team that could have done something. Since then, you've seen what you've seen, and the body language in the team just isn't that good. Not to play any championship basketball. Anybody would love to play Memphis in the first round. So it's not a good look. And OKC is having their way with them every which way you can imagine. However, I'm hanging on the rim. It's just too easy for OKC to have this one. Then we get to the Pacers and the Bucks, the no love lost series. Dame Lillard biting back at Halliburton and talking yang and popping off. Brook Lopez, what was that last night? Giannis is playing out of his mind, but again, Dame respect coming back because he had that serious injury, that serious situation, but 14 points ain't enough. They don't have enough horses to match up. If the Pacers play like this and they take a game in Milwaukee, they could fool around and sweep them. Milwaukee does not play with any defense. There is no intensity, and they was a little bit closer in spots, but that's because of Giannis. If Giannis doesn't play hero ball, where he has to go for 30 plus every night, 12 boards and assists and all that, they're going to get blowed out. They're going to get waxed. So they really are, a team that is dysfunctional. They don't have any pieces, and that team that won the chip 4 years ago is no longer in the building. So it almost looks like a fluke. He's still playing great, but that team is just, and it's just not the same. So those 3 games, 2 of them were pretty much blowouts, and one of them was kind of there, but, again, the Pacers were in control of it. So, like I said, the first round has not really been that memorable to me. There's a couple of games that I'm kind of curious about, None of these three really are holding my interest like that in the situations. I mean, Timberwolves, Lakers, I don't see neither one of them as championship bait team. You know, OKC's the best team in the West, and they're showing you how easy what they got. And the Pacers and the Bucks, they're playing for like probably the third best team in the East. But Milwaukee's got probably the best player in the Eastern Conference, but they got one of the worst playoff teams that I'm seeing. So that's my thoughts and takes. But anyway, let me know what you think in the comments. Please hit like, subscribe, love my thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands. Keep your mind clear. Watch out for another. Share it if you like. Hit the membership. Stay safe. Stay blessed. Stay woke. Stay free. I'm out. Peace.